Fucking wouldn't know.
Let me see you doing that.
Hold over. Hold over.
See you
Yeah,
doing that.
it's only the worst one tomorrow. Hold it over. Up there in the morning.
Yeah, John.
I'll take this out.
What's in here? What's the crack you have your hand?
I choose 89 now. 24721.
Quiet, you really get there already.
Oh, what do you get? Kind of more late. More late.
He's telling me I'm never known, but I don't want to hear something. Six out of every fucking hell. Hardly me change. All cocks first day first.
Your pictures is Philip stars here, boy.
You wouldn't take a part in Destiny, would you?
None idea.
It's not exactly that. We're like there, yeah.
I choose 89 now. 2443. I choose 89 now. 19060.
What's the other one?
You get up there on the action room.
Yeah. What is the other one?
Don't fucking answer my phone.
Tuesday, May 6-4. C629.
Jim said.
City Banner and from short as well.
Instead the other one, huh?
It is South Present. 14163.
He's not turning on our lane here, no?
Yeah.
Steady.
5160. How would you get the budget? I didn't get the budget. I understand.
Hold it.
Well, they get bigger than that. Alright, the whole move, man.
Otherwise, I need to take it down.
Okay then.
What's happening? I'm go back to the house. Where did you get that? No. See, I'm fucking over there.
2, 4, 7, 5, 7.
That's not open.
I'm standing right there from
What the fuck?
back of your head. 3, 4, 7, 2, 5, 1, 6, 4.
On the cup. Very high, like.
T7204.
T7204. What did we need? Trophies are mine now. Oh, fuck that. Silly trophies are mine. Who's looking for? Hector? Hector's son. Trophies. If I ain't getting my fucking on. Come on.
Hello, Billy. I believe you can tell me a bit about this pigeon club, this Homer Pigeon Club here.
Well, I've been in the pigeon club since I was a boy, 14 years of age, and I was going before I arrived on seeing my father in the club 20 years before that again. So it was a wee sweep. It was on a sweep down Albany Road there, a place they called the Dish. And then the club formed after that, to the best of my knowledge.
So in the sweep days, really, what happened? Did the men bring their pigeons to a particular place? Just there was no premises in those days?
No premises in those days, no. Just some yard, rented the yard, you see, for the occasion. And then on Saturday, most of the men were on the flat, the stationary flat. Couldn't afford a clock in those days.
What sort of clocks are they?
Well, this is the clock sitting here now. You can see them.
And are they more elaborate clocks than they were in the old days?
That's true. They're bigger, they're elaborate clocks. They cost the region. Some of those new clocks there cost the region about £180.
That's big money for a clock, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Well, now the club must be going then, well, about more than 50 years.
What is, I'd say the club's going at least 60 years.
I remember when I was a wee fella running about, the Great Northern Railway used to give men plots, on the railway embankment, and you used to see all these pigeon lofts dotted along the plots. And I used to go over there and watch the pigeons coming back from a race. Mind you, there was a lot of worried men there when pigeons weren't coming in at the time to shoot them.
There's a big worry in the pigeon game.
So how many members would be in the club, Billy?
Well, our membership now is 40.
40 members. And there would be a lot more Homer Pigeon clubs in and around Northern Ireland.
An East End Pigeon Club here down Severn Street. And then we have the Sydenham Pigeon Club that's down in Sydenham.
And all of you then, I was down the stairs there watching these birds being ringed.
Yes.
Now, this ringing of these birds, is this only in relation to this one race?
That's true. That's the ring you see going on downstairs. That's for tomorrow's race only.
And it's more or less a rubber ring that's put on.
That's true. Rubber ring.
Whereas, the men themselves, to know their own pigeons, it's a metal ring I take it they use.
That's true.
So they would put them on when the pigeons were very young.
Up to 7 days old to put the metal ring on.
7 days old.
Yes. You wouldn't get it on after that.
The ringing now, is this a different coloured band? Is it the bands are a different colour? Is that how you distinguish them for?
Some this year they could be blue, following year they'll be green. That's the fanciers know what age it is, without having to check the ring number.
All right.
The date of the ring.
And when all
the date of the ring's on the metal ring, but it saves them having to
check
look at it and say, well, that's a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old.
And once these pigeons come back then, it means the rings then, those rubber rings are taken off by the owners.
Quite right.
And new rings of a different colour would be put on for your next race.
The following week.
It's been nice talking to you, Billy. Have you any pigeons entered?
No, not at the time, just out of the pigeons this year. Unfortunately, I'm still a member of the club, but unfortunately I had to just get in this year.
So I can't expect to see you sort of have one home first then.
No.
Thanks a million for talking to us, Bill. Bye. That wasn't hard. Hello, Dougie.
Yes,
I
okay.
was talking to you there before. How long have you been a member of this club?
I was there about 50 years.
50 years?
Yes.
And during that time, have you had much success with racing?
Yes, well, quite successful times. Race made in France and all the national races. To me.
You've had winners then, isn't it?
Yes, well, winners have been winners, you know. But all the national races, very, very successful in them. You know what I mean?
Well, years ago now, Dougie, how would it very years ago with prize money? Has the prize money increased?
Oh no, I wouldn't say prize money's better now than it was, I would say 30 or 40 years ago.
Well, 40 years ago now, for winning a race, how much would you have expected to win?
Now, it wasn't big money. Money was different then, you know what I mean? But I would say now, out of France now, the money was very, very poor, you know what I mean? But there were better pigeons then, you know what I mean?
Well, had you many losses, Dave, or Dougie, was there many losses with pigeons coming back to here from France?
I wouldn't say there's more losses now than there ever was, you know what I mean?
Well, do you know of?
There were better pigeons then.
Do you know of how many pigeons would be lost on a long flight like
And
that?
in France, I would say now, if you got maybe half of them home in 3 days, you were lucky. That was over 500 miles.
And that's a big loss as far as pigeons are concerned, you know.
You were lucky.
Okay, thanks very much. Hello, George. I believe you're a long-standing member of this club. What date was that? Is that a length of time? And have you had much success yourself with the racing pigeons?
Very good. I won every race you can imagine, like.
Well,
Yes, last 3 years I got 2 holes, you know, blood in the chest.
well, that's a good success rate, so it is, because I was talking to Dougie there, and he was saying in the long distance races that you can actually lose an awful lot of pigeons.
I don't know, just one very treat them, you know. That one depends on so hunting.
Well, how many pigeons would you keep at a time in your loft?
Oh, I would do a 50 now.
You would have 50 pigeons. Well, it was a great bit of expense keeping these.
It is, right here now. But the corn now alone, about 16 pound a hundredweight, you know.
And you would use quite a lot of corn on that number of pigeons.
So 50 holes or about 20 yards, you know.
And that is an expense in its own. And then, of course,
But then if you had seeds and all stuff, you know.
I suppose too, there you depend on selling winning strains of pigeons to make up your costs.
It costs some money now to buy them, you know.
Well, how much would it cost now for me if I was wanting to buy a good racing pigeon? How much would I be expected to pay for it?
Oh, Jesus, they're going for thousands of pounds now, you know what I mean? You mean just around the club and all here?
Yes, if I wanted if this club happened to
Well,
have...
my boy just, he got me over there now from England, and he kept 350 from one. And he got 2 hens for £300 each. There was 3 pigeons for £900 odd.
So you're really talking big
That's
money.
a pro, yeah.
The lofts now in relation to these, do you build these lofts yourselves to sort of get the best design that you want?
That lot of mine's been up over 30 years, you know.
It's up 20 years.
Yeah, that's all weatherboard, you know.
And did you build it yourself?
Oh no, the brother and son-in-law, he's a joiner, he built it.
He built it. So really it was really built to your specifications, wasn't it? Well, listen, George, have you any pigeons in for this race?
So that's your smell fruit,
Well, how do you think you'll do on it?
well, we couldn't get much training, you know, the lot of them had and all that.
Are the young pigeons?
Don't know, that's last year.
Last year's pigeons. Well, let's hope, George, you sort of win something.
Oh, I hope so much help, man.
But nice talking to you.
Thank
Thanks.
you very much, sir.
Oh, Edward and Campbell, I believe you two are the terrible two. That's correct. Pigeons entered in tomorrow's race. That's correct. Well, now, how long have you, Edward, been working with these Homer pigeons?
13 years racing pigeons. Started off when I was 11.
Did you?
Yes.
Was it your daddy started you off? Was he a racing pigeon man too?
It's all in the blood. Uncles and all. It's all in the blood.
And have you any wins at all over your...
Yes, I've only joined this club 3 years and I've won 2 Rain, cool about 52 miles. That's the longest race up Ireland. Won that.
Very good.
Won the two bird. That's another cyclist, Belfast two bird. And other races.
And what about you, Campbell? Is this your first year?
Yes, my first year.
Well,
My first race.
do you high hopes for tomorrow?
Yeah, I've got a favourite.
Oh,
Dublin.
is this a good bird then you've in for it?
Yeah, I used to keep pet pigeons up in the old house. Just moved down to Shed, where the shed is, and this is my favourite bird.
So let's hope that he does well tomorrow. Comes in first, second or third. Would that keep you happy? I think so. Well listen, let's racing of these pigeons there must be a lot there that has to be in favour of the bird. Weather conditions, etc.
Yes, it depends on the weather and the type of bird you have. There's breedings. Tomorrow, they've got kind of back in a southwest wind. That means the wind's behind them.
Yes.
And that would make them fly quicker. But if it's northeast wind, it goes straight up the nose and that slows them down. So the weather is a lot depending on visibility ways on the wind.
So what speed would a bird fly at if the weather was good and in its favour?
Well, tomorrow the wind's in its favour between 50 miles an hour up to 60.
So you would be expecting your bird in then what time tomorrow?
If you're looking at 10, 11 o'clock, you should go home just after 1, shortly after 1.
Well, let's hope here, Carol, that your bird's in before. Would that keep you happy?
Yeah,
Well, listen, it's been nice talking to you boys, and I wish you well. Is this a partnership, this bird, or have you more birds in tomorrow ever as well?
This is our partnership.
This is
Yes,
your
gloves.
Oh, is this so
A
you've
for
got?
Albert, C for Camel, E for Edward.
Oh, so you've got the name and all, have you? Well, this bird then's a joint venture between the two of you.
Correct.
Well, let's hope it does well.
So do we.
Hope to hear from you tomorrow and see you come in a place anyway.
Well, like being the first 12 out of the topic.
Okay, boys.
Right, thank you.
Here, listen, fellas, what's all this worry look about? I don't know, worried to see whether this...
Fella called Tommy Brown owed me money too.
Oh, dear.
They all owe me money.
You're not even worried about this
Small here.
years coming in for tomorrow?
This man here owes me money.
Give us a back.
This man here, like,
Well, here, let's have you pigeons in. Have you pigeons in for tomorrow in the race? He has. Well, how many have you in?
I've 10.
Well, do you expect to win with them?
Well, there's not much supposed to hope.
This is a fairly big distance tomorrow, actually. So you're really talking weather conditions been favourable about many hours.
Well, it all depends on what I suppose you said, give them about 2 or 3 hours off.
You'd be happy enough getting a pigeon in that day. And is your friend here got sort of a pigeon in tomorrow too? I suppose you're hoping to beat him.
Yeah, that's the one we're here. I was going to say.
He says he's better pigeons than you, doesn't he?
Big star slippers really did me.
That was on a curtain.
Well, listen, I wish you well tomorrow, lads. I hope you do well with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Did you get my toast?
Right, drink first. 24659.
I've been told these are rubber rings you're using on these pigeons.
That's correct.
They're only for this one race.
Yes, one race.
How many pigeons have you ringed so far today?
What do you reckon?
About 3 or 400.
300 or 400? So you expect a lot more still to come in before the deadline? At least another 100. That's a big entrance, isn't it?
Well, the first race you do.
And it's a fairly long distance they're doing tomorrow, aren't they?
Pardon?
It's a great distance they're flying tomorrow.
Well, we wouldn't call it a great distance. It's only 106.
So you reckon that's a short one?
No, it's only a 2 plus.
So I've worried about that distance. I wouldn't like to sort of have to ride it in the bicycle.
Oh, well, you start winning when you get over the 200 miles.
All right. The Penzance ones, is it the biggest?
No, France is your biggest distance.
So you're talking how many miles there?
400 knots.
400 miles. I believe there a lot of pigeons lost in this race from France.
It can be, but it's not all put down to the pigeons. It's put down to the publicity you get of the France people. They're very fond of shooting these birds with their guns.
Would they shoot the pigeons, the racing pigeons?
Oh, it's starting waiting on them coming. Well, I know their roots. They're starting waiting on them coming over. He ends up in their table or the restaurants.
That's ridiculous, that.
Well,
I mean,
there's only a very small percentage of pigeons gets lost. Most of them are shot.
and that's the way you lose them.
That's why they lose. You get the odd one going out in nature would be a hawk or something like that there, but
You know, local authorities, you would think, or the proper authorities, I think, would clamp down on this shooting of these pigeons.
well, you try it on the EEC across the road. You know, there are different people all there.
Well, thanks very much for talking with us. Okay. Well, Jim and Bobby, you don't look as unhappy as the two boys down the stairs. Are you sure of winning this race tomorrow? Do you know something I don't? First and second tomorrow? Well, here, listen, you could be held of that. I would reckon that could cost you a drink if that forecast doesn't come through.
Well, better come through.
Well, listen, Jim, how long have you been in the pigeon club?
3 years now.
3 years, and is that the length of time you've been with Homer Pigeons?
No,
How far back does that go?
about 50 years.
50 years? And how did you get interested?
Was a wee lad on the pipe. Steel pigeon.
Oh, aye, and sort of bumming all these men that's sort of ready to cluck their birds in, and you sort of get on them on their feet.
Yes, and
So that's really where you got the urge to start racing pigeons.
yes.
And what about you, Bobby?
Well, I'm about 20 years here now in this club.
20 years in this club?
15 years in Ireland.
So you've been at it a brave length of time. What sort of wins have you had?
1949.
49. And what wins had you got, Bobby, during that time?
Not a lot, but a few.
Have you won any sort of really classic events?
No.
Are you, you're still hoping then?
Still home.
I think really, lads, this race from France is the creme de la creme of races.
It's a blue ribbon.
This is the one there that everybody would like to win. Has many from Northern Ireland won this race?
Oh, yes.
So you're still in the running then? If you get a good bird there and entered, you could sort of maybe find yourself getting placed in it.
Living hope.
Living hope.
That's all about.
Well, listen, is your pigeon sheds, are they purpose built? Did you build them yourselves?
Yes, that's the one built mine.
So really what you're telling me is that you build them to your own design, so that you've got your flights and all the way you want them and easy access and to your birds?
Yes, sir.
Well here, listen, wish us all the best tomorrow, lads, but mind, if you don't get first or second, it's going to cost you a pint.
Just here the club right first then.
Okay, now.
Leave the car in the way.
Well, money's not lying. Money's not.
playing card from the East End and all, take them over to Mestries.
Did you? And then I put them on the Rory then.
Aye. Just pick them up from the clubs.
Teams times now when they support them.
I don't know, about 13 then.
Remember, look at me smiler. Microphone. You need plenty of help.
This is just the start of these pigeons' journey.
Thank you, sir. You're already soft.
Bee liberation's getting done at one time. It's a proper swell. You see a bird.
I'd love to see them.
Hey, they come out. I see the one in the bottom here coming out. The top one is coming out. And they don't hit each other, you know. They're walking all over. Loads of camera. The hair pump. It's not hair pump. That's working. Meters. Where do I come there? Oh, yeah. What way to be on there? Oh, 4 tons. Sure.
pigeons away tonight. Where are you taking them to?
Well, they're going to Kildare this week.
Kildare?
Yes.
How many miles away is that?
Approximately 110.
110, so that would be a short run for these pigeons, wouldn't it?
First race.
You've done a lot of longer ones. Now, when you get there, how would you release these pigeons from this container? What method do you use?
Well, you have to cut all the cords first.
Yes.
As you can see, they're all sealed. All the crates are sealed.
All right, and these
security
white
reasons.
seals are every one of them. Then you cut them,
They have all to be cut.
and then how do they open up then the cages or the containers?
Well, down the back end there's a lever.
Can we go and have a look at it?
Right. There's a lever there.
Oh, so you pull this lever, take a lock off and pull it, and it opens up. Oh, I see the mechanism now on it. It's all those levers off the side there. And that opens every one of the cages then.
Yeah.
And lets them out.
And the same on the other side.
On the same on the other side too. Well, listen, let's wish you a very good journey and hope the weather's good for letting them off.
Well, I hope so.
Thanks. Andy, what are you doing now?
I'm just setting this bullet clock here, and we've got to write the date, the race, and there's 3 signatures has to go on it. It's for security reasons.
Yes.
So as if anybody tried to open the clock this year, so that it's an hour protection for people from looking.
Is it worked on a sort of a graph system?
It is. This is one of the oldest clocks there is at the moment.
Is there?
And the newer ones, all the printers now.
So they've got, the difference is that the old ones had the graph paper in them,
Yes.
and the newer ones there have the clock face.
That's right. They print out. This here just punctures. This is what they call a puncture clock. This punctures a time when the time ends. And the wee needle comes up through and punctures a time.
So when you have all these clocks set, they're kept here in the club overnight.
Oh yes.
And then the people that own the clocks, they come and collect them tomorrow morning.
They get them tomorrow before 12 o'clock.
And as soon as their bird comes in, then they mark it.
Once they came in, that's a poker. That prints a time through. Well, we needle comes through. Well, they bring it back to the club, and the master timer there's reset again, and they're just all run off. Everybody's here, and they all pull a clock each.
All right. And then after the race, they bring them back to you.
They come back here. And
So we'll see that tomorrow afternoon, hopefully.
You will.
I don't know. This is the oldest table clock then that you've actually got.
It's the oldest clock in the club.
And it, then Andy, it's worked on the graph system too, hasn't it?
But there's a wee lever here, if you notice.
Yes.
Stop this clock.
All
Set
right.
it. And just pull that wee lever, that starts it. You can set it to the correct time and just move that wee lever. That starts the clock.
Yes.
The man that owns this clock wouldn't part with it. He thinks it's the best, the greatest thing out.
Suppose he's been using it for this last 50 or 60 years himself.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Funny enough, no. But the fella that owned the clock, his father's still living. Billy Brown. A former,
That's interesting.
a former Keen's Cup winner.
We'll get a wee close-up of it.
Well, this clock works on a lever system. I stop that clock now, set it. Then once I get it set the proper time, I just pull that lever over. That sets that clock. This is away now. There's one of the best clocks there is at the moment, but for its age.
It's over. Yeah, interesting. So it is. It's interesting to see the workings of it, isn't it?
It's over.
This is a newer clock then.
Yes,
this is
well,
one of the most
they're on the
recent ones.
market. Goes 20 years. In fact, they've updated them a bit at the moment. This is a printing clock.
So it prints the time. Is this a bit like the clock that you would use clocking into work?
Well, suppose you could use it for that. But
These are updated now, these clocks. As you see, that's the way the time's printed there. Just the printing of the time there.
Also the time and you can actually see the wee clock on the paper.
Correct, that's your seconds, and just beside that there's the hour. Between 14 and 15 there, as you can see.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It shows you that have improved, and then well, not improved. You say the ones that are the old clock's really a good clock, but they have made a big difference to them when they've now put paper rolls into them instead.
Oh, definitely.
So it means that once you have the roll in, the new roll in with nothing on it, it can only be what the breeder or the fellow that's entered the race. It can only show his time, and it just puts its own wee clock face onto it with a proper time on it.
Oh yes, well once I have this clock set, it's put into its case.
Yes.
And it's sealed. Once that clock set is into the case, that comes across.
Yes.
There's a wire goes through that.
Yes.
And it's sealed, and the number of that clock's taken down too.
And then the seal's not broken until you break it after the race tomorrow?
If that seal's tampered with, the man's disqualified.
All right. So it's really a complete safety mechanism on them, isn't it?
It is.
And the older clock, it's sealed the same way, is it?
Well, it's sealed with punctures well, what we do now, we put 2 punctures in the old clocks. Well, that's a sort of a safeguard too. But I prefer the printer because you can seal it. A good lot of the old tulip clock can be put into and what they call term a lock in the box.
Yes.
You know, but there's not many of those about at the moment.
They're mostly all open. Well, thanks very much there, Billy. I'll let you, Andy, I'll let you get ahead there and get the rest of the clocks done. How many have you to do tonight?
We've 43.
43? That'll take you some going, so well.
Well, there's 3 of us here, so it doesn't take too long.
All right, thanks very much. See you tomorrow.
Right.
Eddie, I believe you're the secretary of this club.
That's right.
How long have you been secretary?
15, 16 years.
You see, good secretary's hard to find. But like our own club, you sort of get into the secretary's position there and sort of you're in it for life. All right. Well, listen, you would be a great man to ask about the membership. How many members would you have in the club?
41.
41. Well, here, I've heard a rumour now talking to the boys that the very first, when you joined the club at first, your very first race you won.
That's right.
And have you won many since?
Not too many, no.
Not too many. That was your swan song in a way, was it?
One or two, but that's
good man. This race today, the pigeons are away on. This is the Kildare one, is it?
Kildare. 105
And next week now, the race next week, would it be increased?
Durham 39.
And all through your racing season, the distances keep increasing each week?
Increase it up Ireland, the Skibbereen 252, and then we'll cross water.
Well, now, the cross the water races, is it easier for birds to fly overland than it is from any particular problems they can get flying across the sea?
Across the sea is not harder racing. I don't like the water crossing.
Do they not?
No, most don't anyway.
And so therefore, would these be very young birds you should be starting off with this year? I believe this is your first race.
This is old bird racing.
Oh, this is the old bird racing?
Young birds won't start after the old birds finish.
So what would be the average age of one of these pigeons?
We'll start from yearlings till any age they want.
Well, what would you say a pigeon's past its best at what age?
I would say 3 or 4 year old. It starts slowing up anyway.
They do? So have you many pigeons?
No, I keep a small lot.
You keep a small lot?
Right.
So you're talking about what?
Well, I race 20 odd usually.
20? How many have you in this race
6
today? And are you hoping to win?
Well, we're all hoping.
Well, here, now listen, I was talking to 2 fellas earlier on, and they shall remain nameless, but they did say that there would be first and second, and of course they didn't realise I'd be watching them carefully tomorrow, and it's going to cost them a pint if they don't. So you're not really going. You're not really going to sort of commit yourself there.
No.
You make it around there?
Thanks very much, Eddie.
Let's put it that way.
I feel like it's one of that devil brother.
Thanks for talking to us, Eddie. See you tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
Was that difficult?
No, it was not.
Just once?
What are you doing with these two trucks now?
I'm just waiting to strike them off at half 11 for the start. They're actually in a stop position now. When I strike them at half 11 with a master clock, which is the guys going up there, they'll start.
How do you strike them?
Just turn the key, you hear a thump, and then that's them started. That's them started.
And then that's it until you started after the race then?
That's them. The run they got till you time to put them in. Then when you come back, you bring your clock back, and it's re-struck off the master timer again. And the
Different worry. Each person who's aboard the race takes a clock away with them now. I take it after they're struck.
they take their own clock. They're all numbered. Everybody's on
What's that key for?
Turn on.
Sure.
To go. What? 10 to go. 5 to go, get set. Go!
Morning, Sally. What about you? I believe you've been a member of this club for some time. Many years. Is there a man here longer than you? So you're still a bit of a young fella, no?
25 years.
25 years. Well, listen, has it changed the racing over the years very much?
It's changed.
Like the good premises now had the same sort of...
Oh, you hadn't anything like this.
Well, what did you do way back at your starting days at the Pigeons?
You raced
You had some wee hall, garage or something, and that's all you had. You had the pigeons went away.
Well, had you much success?
You had to take your clocks to Federation.
Oh, where was the Federation?
Well, it was one in Dunbar Street.
Was it? So then it's a lot more simplified now, is it? Than...
Oh, it is from bringing your clock back to the club.
Well, has the distances changed or the routes changed?
The routes have changed. The routes have changed.
But the distances are about the same?
Well, more or less.
Another thing about it there too, Sonny, is that had you many wins over the years?
Well, my two best wins were from France.
Were they?
Canard.
Well, listen, you could be proud of that there.
I'll take my first pigeon out of France when I was 13.
Some of the men were telling me here that sort of there can be big losses of pigeons on the way back from France.
Oh, some years there is, some years there now. Some you get it on and you get it far.
The thing that struck me with horror was that the people in France tend to shoot these pigeons as they're released.
Oh, we've had them, I don't think there's ever any proof of it, like, you know.
Pigeon would be a delicacy in sort of France or some of these European countries, wouldn't it? Irrespective of whether they were wild or sort of racing pigeons.
Oh, you get them shot here in this country too, never mind France.
Do they shoot them here as well?
I think they do.
Is it just for sport, you think, or they think they're doing it for sport?
Well, they're doing it for sport to get something down, but they eat them too, I suppose.
I know I've eaten wild pigeon in the past, but I don't think I fancy eating homers.
Why would you not fancy a homer? Homer's head the best to grill.
I think when you rear a pigeon there and sort of, you know, it belongs to somebody, you wouldn't fancy eating
I don't fancy eating me all that myself.
No, I think not. Well, listen, thanks for talking to us, Sammy.
Good night now.
Just put it on the back here, verification card. Back on it? Four days.
Morning, Davey. You were sitting pretty quiet last night, so you were saying nothing. How long were you a member of this club?
This club about 50, was here 52, came court 51, 52.
Or was the club long going before you?
It was,
You
yes.
can remember?
Yes.
Suppose you remember the old days. wasn't just exactly the same as this, was it?
Racing in that club before that came here. Oh, come return. They all
Did you? Did you burn them today?
six away there.
6 today. And you're hoping to sort of get a place?
Suppose everybody's hoping to get a place.
Yes, I think so. Everybody thinks that, their board's a fair chance today. One of the men was telling me there that, these cables or wires that's across the country now have sort of a disastrous effect on birds if they fly into it. They say it doesn't sort of affect a single bird could miss the wire all right, but if there's a flux coming in, that's where the trouble is. We just lost a lot that way. You do, and they're very expensive, these birds too, aren't they? I suppose the cost gone up greatly over since 1952 in buying pigeons.
Well, it's gone up terrific.
What did your first pigeon cost you, roughly?
Well, the first pigeons I bought in 1946 cost me £1 a piece.
They're a pound a piece, and they were good racing stuff. Well, listen, Davey, what would a pigeon now cost if you were now to buy one now? And you knew what you were looking for.
The average young bird cost you like £40.
£40. And then if you were buying birds that have constantly won, you would be paying a lot more for them, wouldn't you? It just shows you that the cost has increased considerably over the years, hasn't it? Well, listen, all the best today, Davey.
Thanks very much.
Hey, lads, good day. What get you on, eh? We won't have that stuff. Oh, no, hey, the tons of tea.
Have you to water the pigeons before you release them?
It must be watered every base.
They must be watered?
Must be watered.
So then now you've just arrived, this is what you're doing at the moment, you're making sure that every one of the pigeons get fresh drinking water?
As long as they have a chance to take a drink. Most of the young birds wouldn't bother, it scares them more than anything else.
Does it?
There's always a field take a drink, so you always have them on.
So you water every one of them, in other words, you leave drinkers then in every one of the lofts for them, don't you? Or the cages?
Yes.
That's what's attached to the sides, is it? That you have these wee metal dishes?
Yes.
That's good. What time would you be releasing this morning?
Well, we're on the phone there to Jimmy O'Hara, race controller, so we reckon 11 o'clock. The weather's better than we thought it would be.
There was a lot of mist about Carlingford Loch there just on the way through this morning.
We had that forecast, but the sun's to burn it up.
Oh, well, that's good. That means they should have a clear run back home then, shouldn't they? Well, we'll see you later on then when you're going to release them.
All the best.
Thanks.
Boys don't believe the water, man.
That's all the watering finished now. That's all the watering finished now.
Aye.
It's only a matter of waiting now to the time to release them.
But it takes a good half hour getting all the drinkers off again and stacked away.
Oh, right, aye. But of course you've plenty of time if the release isn't till 11 o'clock this morning.
Oh, aye. Then you have to cut all the seals.
Oh, and get all ready for to sort of let them out. It's a good day for it, isn't it?
As I said earlier on, you have to watch some of the crates too when you're cutting the cords.
Oh,
The flaps.
yeah. It keeps sort of... When you cut the cords then, that leaves you, and breaks the seals, that leaves you ready for just moving the two big bars to open all the traps at the one time.
Yep.
That should be worth seeing.
As I say, some of the clubs there wouldn't look after the crates right, and you get some of the flaps would stick in that.
Right.
You have to run up the front of the transporter and pull them open.
Oh, I see. So you've got to make sure all that's ready before so you get a clean release then?
Well, to get a really clean release, take all the clubs to look after the crates.
Oh, I
There's
see.
nothing we can do about it, you know. If a flap sticks, it sticks. There's no way we can...
And that means the bird can't get out then. You know,
That's right.
it's a late release then. Well, we'll see you at 11.
Right, all of it.
The number 11's there at the end here. Keep them happy. Get on that big one, you'll get more coming out of that.
Keep watching this fella break.
Stevie, you look round here and get your light yourself. Where's your big cap?
Unfortunately, the £40 attendance fee here if you want it on the video.
We'll go up and get this man now. Station to come down and fucking chase the two of you out of here.
I'm not guarantee you'll get into any films over this, like, you know. Oh, work out there for you, isn't it?
There's more to that there, you know, than the boys thinks. They think there's nothing.
It's not until that.
There's a whole lot of work there and we get them water. It's all the strings cut. You have all them to watch in case there's a snapper. You have to go wide awake when you're doing all this.
And then they're fucking moaning and
I think you see you come down here with football. For sure. From the East Gym here.
Well,
are they flying up to the north? Yeah.
I'm one judging up on the Belfast.
That's not too far.
No. Really, man?
Yeah. I saw them on the way, and that's what I said to them. They do. They take a mind to settle, don't they?
played the camera for all day, John. Doing as well as well. You're there, John, you're playing on slag. There's a couple one down there, see it? Look at that,
There's some of the sardines still in the side. Let's take it out. Oh, look at
There's one there stuck at the top.
this other side, this other one.
There, getting out now. Got the go. Let this one go first. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it.
That's brilliant.
That's fantastic. What the fucking big bees, aren't they? Fantastic. Put a patchkin over your head, John. That was worth waiting for. I see you picked up one, John. Well, I would like to get within the next 2 weeks, you know, the circle of the dawn. Just
So this is your lofts, boys, here?
Yeah, that's the 3 of us now. There's the 3 of us in the loft now at the moment.
That's good. It seems a brave size of a loft, this.
Well, on up to last year we only restarted the one here on your left, and it was only a 12-foot, but then I built this extension on.
So
that gave me an excuse for another 15 feet. We made it into 3 sections off.
Well, that's good. You built all this yourself? And it suits you built it to your own specifications, I take it?
True, but again, it's not finished because due to racing season, we're rushed. It'll be more finished than after the racing.
After the racing. Can we go and have a wee look at your inside?
Certainly. No problem. Go ahead. Where do you want to go?
Store for that. Campbell, what's this part of the loft here?
This is our store where we keep our seed, our hampers, and different art bits and pieces.
Is it corn you feed the pigeons on?
Yeah, there's different types of corn. This is the corn we feed them on. It's a bean and corn type mixture.
Oh, yes.
It's for just vitamins and all.
And do you have to feed them any extra vitamins besides the corn and beans?
Yes, you put vitamin C in water and use lemon. We've got garlic. I don't know if there's any around here. We'll put it in the water tubs. We've got water tubs. And we'll fill the cartons, the water bins up and all. And there's garlic in it. It gives it the extra vitamins.
So really the birds need this for because of the great distances they have to fly. It gives them more energy and staying power, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes them stronger, gives them more stamina. Right. Makes them better looking.
We'll move on now. And Edward, what's this part now for right?
This section right now is the young bird section. These are this year's 1980 young birds, as you can see. They're still fairly young on the floor. Up here, these are some of the older birds. They're higher up. These are birds we've been given. We've bought some and we've reared some of our own.
And you hope to sort of do well with these birds in the future?
Yes, we always hope to do well.
What age would those ones on the ground be?
Well, you can see there's ones just weaned off, 21 days older with downs on them, the yellow on their heads. That's one's about a month old. Reddies maybe about 6 weeks old, the top ones.
All right.
These are a bit older.
So, in actual fact, I see they're saddle perches, not saddle perches.
Yes.
Do you prefer the saddle perches to
Yes.
the sort of box perches?
Saddles are far better, so they are more hygienic.
So these birds haven't been out racing this year yet, have they?
No, they've just stopped out flying, let them out. They're starting to
Getting
take
them
off.
used to come
Yes.
back into their own loft
That's
again.
correct. They've just started to come out.
Right, we'll move on. And what's this loft here we're in now, Albert?
Well, this is what we call our stock loft. At the minute we're housing 35 pigeons in the stock loft.
Yes.
Hopefully when we get time, we haven't had time to break these pigeons off, we'll be racing them.
And that one in your hand there, is it a very young pigeon?
There's less than 3 weeks old.
Is this, there's a thing there that I haven't noticed in any pigeons, this downy, feathery thing in the top of the head.
Well, that's what they're first born with, is this yellow down. I can show you,
He's only starting to lose that now.
he's starting to lose it, he's starting to feather. I can show you there's just now. These are just hatched now. These are just hatched this morning. As you can see, there's the egg with that's just come out of. So it is. Now, about the yellow downing you're talking about, I like to see a good, here, what I call mane of yellow down round the head. It constitutes a good feathered pigeon near a year, so it does.
It's very, very tiny, Albert, isn't it?
Well,
you wouldn't think that would finally grow up into a pigeon like the mother there, and
we take what it came out of, you know, the size of the egg came out of. And now these pigeons, when they're young, grow very rapidly. Within 6 to 7 days, I'll be putting a ring on that, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do so.
You wouldn't get a ring on it at all then if you
Yes, they grow very rapidly when young.
That's fantastic seeing it. I didn't think I would see a newborn pigeon.
Well, if you had been, I'd say roughly about 2 hours early, you'd have seen one hatching. That is the next process now. That pigeon there is just coming up, ready to be rung. You see, mostly when you get the pigeon jumping up the way it's doing, it's cock. You notice how well fed it is there.
Oh yes.
Within
how old is that pigeon now?
That pigeon's roughly about 5 to 6 days old.
5 to 6 days old.
I'll be ringing that probably tomorrow.
They do grow rapidly from those ones below that were just born to 7 days. And look at the size that he's got in 7 days.
No, they do. They're very rapid in growth.
Right. That's the actual size of the egg.
That's the actual size of the egg. That's a good clear egg. It's very fat and smooth. I would keep the leg of that egg. If I got a rough egg in round here, anywhere on it, a rough cast egg, I'd destroy it. Because normally you don't get the best of pigeons in it for some reason, nor.
So it's got to be nice and smooth and silky sheen off it.
Yes.
Like an eggshell finish in paint.
That's correct. That's more or less what you're saying.
And this bird sitting on this bird up here sitting on this?
This bird here sitting on it. That happens to be actually one of our members' birds, Paddy Salmons. He's the secretary of the club.
Yes. So he owns that pigeon?
He owns that pigeon. He lent that pigeon me to breed off.
Well, how old is she?
Well, on her ring, she's 1988.
1988? She's not that
sorry, cracked that, 1989.
1989? So you must say really she's only coming up a year old?
In the bins. In the bin.
First bin.
Look at this. Bird's starting to make up to you, Albert.
Oh yeah, the pigeons get very friendly. If you use them, no sharp movements. If you use them,
just go very gently with
gently. What do you see? This is the thing I feed the pigeons, the young birds. Is cheese.
Cheese? They like cheese?
They love it.
I thought the birds would eat cheese.
There's it swallowing it.
And how old's this wee pigeon?
That wee pigeon is coming up to 2 weeks old. There they are.
Well, there's a fantastic difference in 7 days and one now 2 weeks. He nearly looks like an adult pigeon, doesn't he?
They love cheese. I think it's very full of protein for them. There was an old pigeon man out of the East End told me about it. Sadly, he died last week.
Oh dear.
Was Jimmy Nelson.
Yes.
Very famous pigeon man, so he was in East Belfast. As you can see,
She's really enjoying that cheese.
well, the wife gets that cheese grated up for me, and the birds like it.
Would that other one eat any beside it there?
Oh yes, look.
Well, there, I learned something I didn't think. I thought birds only ate corn and
Oh no, a
bread
pigeon.
and things like that.
Pigeon will eat anything, but I feed them what I think is protein more than anything else.
Well, that's been very interesting, Albert. I really enjoyed that, seeing your lofts. How old's these pigeons here, these two?
These ones are 14 days old.
14 days?
Yes. You can see.
Shows you an increase in the size from 7 days to 14
Oh, they grow
days.
very rapidly, so they do.
The last one your daddy showed me there at 2 weeks.
Yes, they grow very rapidly. You see,
quiet,
far one
those
is
two, aren't they?
if you put your hand and you see them bouncing up. You see?
Alright. So they're actually ringed, those pair?
Yes, they're rung a week now.
They're rung a week?
Yeah, you can see the leg out. You see the leg out. It's just rung.
Yes.
Now that ring will not come off.
That stays on it.
Yes.
Now, that's your pigeon and your number, and
Yes, that's my registration number for the pigeon.
Number knows on it.
Yes. You see, that's going to be an Irish pigeon. Funny colour, like a chocolate brown one.
Oh, yes.
The other one's got a blue pie tip. You can tell by the colour. It's just starting to follow. You can see the colour on it.
Campbell, what are you trying to do with this pigeon?
I'm getting her to eat out of my mouth. This is my pet pigeon.
Is this your pet pigeon?
Yeah. She was brought from this shed when she was very young.
Uh-huh.
She, cheesy. Come, guys. She must be a bit conversation or something. Yeah.
Oh, look, she took it out
from
of
your
Edward,
mouth.
so she did. You looked out there, see that? Oh, look, I took it out of yours too.
That's her nest in there. She's on an egg at the minute.
Is she on an egg at the moment? Is that egg just laid this morning?
Yes. She's the pet pigeon.
And you have another pet pigeon away on a race today too?
Yeah, that's the Dublin cock. She's another pet pigeon.
That pigeon's in good order, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a nice sweet bird.
You're ready to cluck these birds in, I take it?
Well, I hopefully within the next 10 minutes.
You'll have a bird back.
Hopefully within the
Now,
next 10
what do
minutes.
you do now? Say the bird's back. What do you do? This is your clock here that
This is my clock here.
Edward's holding.
On the bird's leg, there's a shot, a rubber ring,
Yes.
which we take off, place in, close the shuttle, drop it into there,
Yes.
pull the lever, which records the time on the side.
Yes.
Now, no way can I get at that there after that, so there's no
So
cheating.
once you have that in, that's it.
That's it, recorded and
That's the time
stamped.
all recorded. What's this hanging around your neck here?
Well, this is actually my bone whistle.
Yes.
Some pigeon men rattle a corn tin, others try to whistle.
And
To bring our
it's
birds
just
in,
a
but-
call really that your birds recognise,
Yes,
and then
well,
they...
I found out by trying to whistle sometimes in the excitement,
Yes.
my lips were too dry and I couldn't do
Right.
it. So now
And that brings the birds back into the roost.
brings them
They're
in,
coming.
because every time I feed the birds, I signal
Oh,
with
right.
these
And they associate that with feeding time.
with feeding time.
Well, listen, thanks very much, the three of you there. Sort of enjoyed talking to you, and that was most educational, seeing the newborn birds. That really sort of done me the world of good.
Well,
so
they're-
hopefully we'll get your bird in very soon.
Well, the birds are wandering on
And let's
themselves.
just move on now and get some of the other fellas before these birds start coming back.
Well,
Thanks
again, I want to
lads.
thank you for your time.
Not at all, my pleasure. Bye. Well, David, you getting worried looking now?
It's the time the worms get at you.
Oh dear, what's this you're holding? Is this a fantail you're holding here? Well, what do you use the fantail for?
This is a chopper. There's one there, Jim. Look.
Where?
It's not coming here, but it's later in here.
So what time would you expect, Davey? You know, with that heavy hail shower there, that would
15 minutes anyway.
have slowed them up, wouldn't it? This is a nice looking loft you've got here.
Does the job.
Did you build this one yourself?
Yeah. done the glazing contract.
And you've got the outside aviary there as well. Well, how many birds have you away in today's?
20.
20 away in today's lot. I hope you get the whole 20 of them back.
Well, I'm not worried about getting 20 of them back, but
you would want as many as possible.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to use this fantail then when you see the pigeon come in to try and entice them up?
Down.
We'll move back a bit here, Davey, and
up there,
watch for them. Davey, what direction do you think they'll be coming in from?
Oh, no, I think that way.
Those wires cause you a bit of problem, do they?
They do indeed. The other ones just.
So if you were putting young pigeons up there on a training flight, that means then that they could actually hit that.
Oh yeah. It's usually when they start to skip in the air, they start to find their wings. They hit them.
And then that damages them.
That's the amount of information.
And I suppose that's really it's unavoidable, because if they are flying about there, they would sort of roll and tumble in that and run into them.
The wind hits them rolling around it.
We're getting near the time there for this first one to be starting to show itself, aren't we? 2:45. 2:45. There's no sign of them yet. At least it's cleared up, Davey. That chart seems to have passed. Let's hope there's no more now until the first bird arrives.
Bird's coming down, John.
You're a happy man now, Davey. That's the first one home of you. I'm clocked in and all.
It's clocked in and all,
Oh,
so
that's great.
just have to wait out to see what happens.
Well, it was worthwhile seeing that there, so it was. What time did you time in that?
1:46.
Oh, that's brilliant. He didn't mess about too long, so he didn't come in, which was a good job, wasn't it? So this is the inside of your loft here, Davey?
Young birds, yes.
I see you've got them on the sort of box perches. The last Albert there was down with him, and his is on the saddle perches. There's not much difference though, is there?
No.
The birds will stay in either of the two types of perches. Well, that's your first one home now, isn't it? What age are these birds in here?
Well, there's 7 young ones there, and they're about a couple of months old.
Couple of months old. Well, then when will you start flying them? And racing?
July.
July, they'll be the first ones. Oh, they'll be the ones away in Navan then in July.
There's another one. There's 2 coming. There, you're going to get 2 coming. Oh, that's brilliant. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. Alright, then. Good. Come on.
That's 3 of yous in now. Here's another one.
Come on.
There's another one for you, Debbie, make the turn. There's another one not coming up the back, John. Yep.
Come on.
It's coming down, John, Grundy. There's another one coming in. Oh, well. There's another, that's another one. Coming out of it. Someone hot and heavy in there.
That's awful.
Tree. And the horse section, she's one window horse section. One section racing.
That's a good shot.
Come on.
There's another one, John. Look, buggy's coming in there. One's big head. Coming in there with the wings buckled, so it was gonna come again. We're going to see you.
There's another on the way in now.
Let's be there. Got them on freight and everything there. The cracker back against them on.
Well, here, listen, Davey, you a happy man now, aren't you?
Look at the camera.
Sort of many thought you've been now clocked in.
Well, there's about 10 homes. A clock 2.
The clock too?
Yeah.
Well, listen, that was worth seeing. That I got a few of them in flight there, but I think I've got a lot of sky as well. I'll have it cut out.
Nice guys.
We'll move on now and see how the rest of the boys are doing.
Yes.
Thanks, Davey.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Cheers.
Well, Bobby, how'd you do? Have you any?
A 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4 home?
3 out of 4 home, yeah.
That's good going. We were up at Davy's there, and sort of he's clocked 2 in. But how many did he get in, Jim?
About 10 or something.
He's 10 in.
About 10.
He's 10 in, and he clocked in 2, you know.
Seemed they got a good steady race for
They
him.
did, but you see that hill shower? I thought that was going to slow them up a bit, you know.
It's heavy, so it was.
Well, here, we'll go. Have you any more to come in? No, you've all yours in now, haven't you?
One to come, yeah.
Want to come?
Yeah.
We'll go and have a wee look at your loft.
Oh, sure, enough.
Here, man.
Said that needs
Going on the video. Really tiny. If you want to go on for 5 minutes. Might as well do video, what? Hey, that's dark. Going for me.
This is some loft here. You build this one yourself, Bobby?
Yeah.
There's some side of the loft, doesn't it?
Stock boards down below.
Sorry?
These stock pairs down below there, not bottom.
All right.
These are young birds up there.
And these are the young birds up here in the top loft.
This is the young bird section here. Yeah, it's nice weather.
Are they weaned 3 days, these birds?
They're just weaned off 3 days.
What age are they?
They're about 28 days.
28 days old?
28 to 30 days. So.
Well, we're actually fortunate enough to see newborn chicks this morning down at Albert's.
Yeah.
You know, and then he'd one's 7 days old, and then he one's 14 days old.
All like right.
They're not long. They're not long in coming into few adult size. Sure.
No.
I see you prefer these ox perches rather than the
purchase. The ones, so it means young birds can back into them and you will catch them.
All right.
Flying all over the place, you can put your hand and lift it out and easy, you know.
Oh yes, whereas on the
perch will fly out of the road and that drops, you know.
All right. They're in good condition, those birds, aren't they?
Good condition, yes.
Well, then you'll be flying these ones here.
Well, this young bird racing starts in July, so it does, you know.
Aye, that's what Albert was saying. That's the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
With all of them down there. Well, that's good you having all your other ones clocked home bar one today, isn't it?
That's when they start the season and they're sitting in eggs now and you can't get too many already, getting them ready.
All right, this is the first race of the season.
You can't get them trained much.
So this is the first race of the season too as well, isn't it?
That's right, yes.
Well, listen, that's good that you've them all in. We'll be heading round to the club now to see what the club men are doing. Yeah. Thanks, Bobby.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, Stevie, do you help your granda with these pigeons? Do you?
Oh, yes.
Do you start and clean them out and all for him? Is he working you hard? I hope he pays you for this, does he? Huh?
Some boys don't do nothing unless they get paid.
Suppose you'll be starting flying pigeons yourself soon, won't you? Huh?
Yeah.
What about you? Big lad, are you not going to start flying pigeons and join the club?
Nah.
You not interested in them?
Too big.
Oh, they're not. You want to see these. We saw wee baby pigeons a day just born and all, and one's 7 days old, one's 14 days old, and we saw ones flying in. You'll be starting there soon and getting a, you'll not be getting a wee pigeon, will you not? Get a wee pigeon of your own.
The shades are here.
The shades in there.
We'll buy
That's good. We'll maybe see you fellas flying pigeons shortly. Okay. The Weatherhood section. And, are these different birds completely than
the natural pigeons? No.
The natural pigeons?
I haven't flew with it. They're not flying with it. They're only build the nest and all for the food.
And what is the difference between them and the racing pigeon?
The cock races the hen. He only sees the hen on a wrist day, you know.
Oh, right.
These seed nests are built, purpose-built for that. You see, close them over like that there.
Yes.
And then when the cock's away to the race, close them over like that. Close the hen on the back here,
yes.
The cock drops to here.
Yes.
And you run them up this thing every 5 or 10 months before you depart them again for another week. So then, the last quarter of the mile just dropped in. It's down there, look at that black cock.
Oh, this is the one you raced today, this one on the left here.
That's the last one there, just dropped in.
Looking down the lens of the camera.
Just dropped in there, she turned to him. Right there.
But now, in the racing of this, does the cock and the hen race together in the same race, do they?
No, the hens don't race, it's just the cocks. That's what I call
what do you do with the hens then?
Well, the hens are kept away on our race now. Keep them from turning the car now. You box them to keep them from turning the car.
Alright, so you only use your hens there for free?
That's all. More or less to camp the cocks.
Alright, right. That's a good layout you've got here, Bobby. And the birds there stay with in fantastic condition.
These are mostly all yearling pigeons, just having enough to turn to whatever you get, but I hope that next year they'll be completely whatever now.
Do you? You're going to change completely to them?
Change completely. Have to change with the times now.
Alright. Well listen, I think now Bobby what we're going to do, I've seen your last birds in, we'll head down and see how the boys are doing in the club.
Oh, they're lovely, John.
Dry steels one there.
Get dry.
There's dry steels.
That's Ross's own. Can't you get it there? How about that? Oh, that's all right. That's all right. All right. What are you going for? 5 pots? Alright, well, actually, that's good. Relax. Coming and relax now. That clock, lucky Dave?
No.
Wasn't it?
That was not good.
So they were good enough last year, so
That's all right.
don't be making excuses.
Bobby's not feeding them right.
That's the way it is. I like killing people.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, Tom, when you got a good enough? All right, Tom.
So making up just boys over.
What's that doing?
Oh, Star.
Five team is same. Yeah, it's tell me the day. You're actually now, you know. The Felix is going on.
No, 5.
5.
5 foot 2. 5 foot 2, let's play.
Oh, that's not bad.
15 to go. 10 to go. 5 to go, good set. Go!
Okay.
Had it well over the front side, boy.
Yeah, that worked.
Oh, there's 3 fellas over there. I'm going to put me in that box. Maybe drone it up just to take hard, but they brought the juice. What's it, don't break?
Right, do that 20 tons of water, so first that to it.
Who's there to say? They're coming to do it.
Clapperboard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Funny name. K22766. 31. K22784.
Hold it. We're 2 pages here now, we lad. Go ahead.
You get 31?
22784.
Yes. 34.
I'll tell you what I've got.
22771.
Right, go ahead.
22770.
Hold it. Right, go ahead.
21.
Right.
22781.
Well, Andy, what about you?
All right.
We're just here today to see our pigeons. We're already there having a look at these ones out in the roof here.
That's most of the hens out at the moment. So that's just it.
All right. What breed are these ones?
These are the Del Bars I went for mostly.
Del Bars?
Del Bars.
And where do they originate, Andy?
Oh, they're from Belgium.
They're from Belgium?
One or two original cocks from the Del Bar itself.
Oh, good. Well, go and have a look at these, will we?
Well, you'll have a look at them later on. Most of these is all bred through these. I got some from Maserati too.
Did you?
And got some from Davy Benelli.
Oh.
So
you've got a good stock of them there.
I have a good selection there.
We'll go inside and have a look at some of them.
Well,
what's these ones here?
These are 12 yearling Widowhood cocks. I've just tried the Widowhood a couple of years.
Now, Bobby has Widowhood ones, Jim's brother, and the strange thing about these, and these are the ones that's kept separate.
These are
all the time.
You only see the hens when they come from the race.
Oh, I see. They don't see them at any other time then?
No, don't see them at any other time except the.
Well, what? These Del Bars that you breed now on these widows are, I mean, you find that they're good breeds.
Oh, these work well for me. Well, I've only dabbled on it this couple of years. But now last year I had some success.
That's good.
So the year before, well, I didn't do so good. But
That first race this year was very good, wasn't it?
it was a brave race, it was.
All the pigeons seem to come back all right.
The weather's not great at the moment for
The
birds,
weather's
you know.
bad, so it is.
Not great at the moment.
Well, just what ones are these here we're coming to now?
These are race these nutter, you know.
Yes.
And a good pigeon there I want to show you.
And have you had a lot of success with these ones?
Aye. That pied cock at the top there.
Which one's
See the
that?
blue pied cock sitting there?
Oh yes.
That cock was a Meritorious, won the Meritorious Award.
Very
So
good.
he did, he went till Vanny, he was third till Vanny, he went O'Combe, and he went Penzance.
Well, here,
second.
if he's done Penzance and all, he's going well, isn't
He's
he?
second in the national out of Penzance.
Very good.
And the Derby, rather.
That's very good. You've been doing well with them then. They're a bit costly, these boys, huh?
Well, not that I sell birds, but
even they're costly, they're handy for you to buy in, aren't they? If you're,
oh, they are.
you have to buy a cock and a hen.
I've let out a right few pounds on them. But reaping the benefits.
Well, that's good. Once you're eating the benefits, that's the main thing, really, isn't it? I see you prefer the box purchase there, and these ones there that's got the bars on them. You've segregated all your pigeons, really, haven't you? You've done a good job with this lot. Did you build this one yourself?
I did indeed.
It's a great height up.
Well, we can't go out or say where's our hoops. So.
That's a nice looking bird there, aren't they?
Aye, that's my pride and joy. I'm thinking of going to the national with this cock.
How do you think? What age is he?
He's a 2-year-old.
He's 2-year-old? He's a nice looking bird.
In fact, he's 3-year-old.
Is he 3-year-old now?
He's a 3-year-old cock.
And has he been doing, that's the one, he's been doing a lot of winning, hasn't he?
That cock has won from the word go. First year I purchased the parents of these. Had 5 of them in the money in 1 week.
Very good.
These damn.
Yes, he's a lovely looking bird.
Oh, he's a grand pigeon, that. A very intelligent pigeon. Very intelligent.
Well, Andy,
very little noise.
You do all the races this year?
Oh, I never miss.
You never miss?
From the word go.
Well, here's hoping there that you do well with all these.
There's a brother of that cock. Easy. This is a wee late bred cock, so I'll not be racing this wee cock.
Will you not even put him out in the young birds race?
No, he's never got him. He was too late.
Was he?
Too late for racing. But
he's a nice looking bird too.
Oh, they're a nice type of pigeon, so they are. Not just as much weight on him as the.
And how old is he?
He's only last year's.
He's only last year's. They're not long and growing up. Sure, they're not into fully feathered birds.
Oh no, he's carrying 4 days flights there. So he is.
He's lovely.
So he is, but I'll hold on.
There's some good stock there, so you have.
Well, the old cock's getting a bit old now. First 2 sets of eggs is blank.
Yes.
I'll show you how he's down the stock lot.
Right.
But 2 young ones off this cock.
Oh, look at those. How old are those ones there?
They're about 4 days old.
You say these pair of boys are only 4 days old?
They're only 4 days old.
Actually, we were down at another off, remember the day of the race? And we actually saw ones that were just born. They were just born that morning. Had we been there earlier, we'd have seen them get themselves out of the egg. They're 2 strong looking wee boys there, aren't they? Are they 2 cocks or is the cock?
No, well, it could be, but mostly you get a cock and hen in the nest. But I know there's pairs that you do get 2 cocks in the nest and sometimes 2 hens. But there's a small one there, so the small one could be the hen.
And then the big one could be a cock.
The big one could be the...
There's a pair there. These pair have just hatched there now.
Just hatched, right. There's the shells and all there. He hasn't had time to chuck them out yet.
Isn't it fantastic too that out of such a small egg there you can get a...
Well, 21 days they'll believe the
21
nest.
days they'll believe in the nest. It takes them, we saw them at Albert's, we saw them at 7 days and then 14 days. I mean, they're not long in getting the feathers on them and looking like adult birds, sure they
They're not.
But would you think that a wee thing that size there would be able to fly from France back to Ireland again?
Well, in 8 to 9 weeks they'll be racing. So,
8 to 9 weeks they'll be racing. It's hard to believe when you see them just there now, isn't it?
that's indeed.
That was something seeing those birds. I never thought I'd see pigeons as young.
Come on.
This is the way you call them in there after a race.
I hope they'll come out a bit quicker than that. Come on in, but go on.
Because you've got to then sort of...
Come on. Go on, yeah, go on.
See, they just reach the bars.
Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on, man. Go on. Go on. Go on,
You
yeah.
half know when they're coming, you start...
The new course can go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on, yeah. Go on. Go on. Go on, yeah. Go on. Go on.
They're coming fast and serious now, aren't they?
Go on. Go on. Well, if we're fed this morning, you know, so won't say.
And this really is what entices them in then when they come back from...
Well, this is the way
race.
you've got to train them like that, you know. You've got to train them for it. Come on, son, come on. Come on, there's 1 or 2 strains there just in and they're a bit nervous.
Oh, I see. They've got to get used to the...
There's one there.
Oh, that's a good cat there. That's a new one, the recent one you've got.
He's one on the silver toy.
Did you buy him in?
Brought him in from Mozzarella. Brought the in. They need him. Unfortunately, I lost.
Well, how much would they cost now to bring a bird in?
Well, it all depends on what they want. You can pay anything up to £1,000 for those same pigeons.
That's some money, isn't it, too?
Well,
There's a lot of money paid up in them, isn't there?
well, there's a lot of dough in them. No doubt about that. But neither, that doesn't mean to say because there's £1,000 that they're good.
No, you still have to have them tried.
No, you know, there's a millions of markets, skim one, and red champions, you know. So money doesn't,
Those are all good orders,
they're coming in a bit better form now. Good weather, had a lot to stay with them there, so I would say another week or 2, get these young ones away, well, that should be a good thing.
We'll go and look at this other loft now.
The stock loft, yep. 1 or 2 original pigeons there.
We'll want to see. What loft's this one we're in now?
Oh, this is the young bird loft.
These are all, would this all be this year's?
They'll be on the road this year, hopefully. These are all...
A few of the young birds out too. All these are on trade, aren't they?
Oh, they're on trade. They're not even flying round yet. They're just getting out, skipping about.
Oh, I see. Mind you, they're fairly settled. I thought it would annoy them seeing all this going on in their loft, but they seem fairly settled.
Oh, they're not bad. They're not great. Like they need a bit of work yet. You know, they settle down. But
what's these ones on in here?
This is the stock loft.
This is what you breed off.
This is all the stock ones. Come on.
Oh, and you've all them in these different cages. These are your breeding cages.
These are breeders. This blue pipe cock here. Yes, that's the original one. That's one of the original Del Bars.
Is it? Where is he now?
From Belgium.
So is that one of your original cocks?
Well, I bought that cock. That's original cock from Del Bar.
What age would he be now?
Oh, he's 10-year-old.
10-year-old? And is he still racing or is
No,
he's just using for breeding now?
Well, his first 4 eggs this year was blank.
Were they?
So I've got 2 now and I think they're filled, so hopefully
that's good stuff coming up then for later on in the year.
Hopefully we'll get a few young ones off this year. Hopefully
he's a nice looking bird.
That red cock there too, that's another original Del Bar.
Oh yes, these are the original ones you bought in and started off your strain here with.
That's it. Right, but Ely, both these birds are Davy but Ely too.
Yes.
And he brought them in direct from Elbar. That's one of the reasons I went there, Davy.
And you think this is a good strain for racing?
Oh, definitely is. I have no complaints since I brought them in, like.
Well, here's wishing you a whole lot of success now, and thanks very much for letting us have a look around your loft.
You're welcome.
We'll see you then the young birds race. Okay.
Hopefully we'll have a lot under prizes under our belt by then.
Good, I hope so. Cheers, Andy.
Right, mate. All the best.
Stay on, Andy. No problem with that one. You have 11 minutes. Hello, Jim. We're here to have a look at this loft here. It looks very impressive. I had a look at it there on the way in. What did you do on Saturday?
10th on Saturday.
10th, that was good. And what strain of pigeons do you race?
Mostly Delbar and Cross and John Sen Cross, you know.
Andy races Delbar too.
Yes, Sunday. Yes.
And what's these Cross ones? You find they're good strain?
Well, no, I've had them this years, you know. And
you've been doing a lot of winning with them?
Well, not this a couple of years, you know.
You hope to sort of make a difference this year now?
This year.
You have some new birds in the slip.
Well, it was a wee bit like a daisy gull there this last couple of years, you know.
Well, we'll go and look at this loft of yours. Did you build this yourself?
Well,
yes, come on.
No, the mate built it.
Oh,
Big Rob.
Did you build it and he give you a hand?
Yes, that's correct. Nothing behind a pound up myself.
Tell him that when I see him. Well, we'll go and look at this then, okay?
Dead on then.
There's his claw.
I see this loft's very impressive, John. We'll go in and have a look inside, shall we?
Yes. Okay then.
Jim, this is a great length of a loft here, isn't it? It's the same from outside. What length would this be?
About 27 foot.
That's some length.
Then you've already 8 foot onto the other.
But see, you use these box perches.
Yes.
What's these birds out of here, Jim?
There's all the size, all Delbar, Croft and John Sen mostly.
And you've been doing quite well with these?
Well, I've done well with them up to, as I say.
And are you breeding? Have you a lot of this year's birds out then that you're going to send away in this young birds race?
Yeah, the young birds are on the other side there.
What do you do these ones here?
I'll get all. There's one there. Gained in the rains last year.
Was it?
He's 8 years old.
8 year old? So then a lot of these would be your breeding stock?
That's all the breeding stock.
That's all your breeding stock, all your hens and cocks?
Yes.
There's some nice birds there. That's a lovely looking bird there. That one. See on the left with a green. Feather green.
Yes, that's the young bird last year. That one.
He's beautiful. Well, listen, it takes some money to run these, doesn't it? How many birds have you got altogether?
I'll say about 60.
Well, here, listen, that's some gold, isn't it?
It is.
Well, then where do you keep your young birds then? Are you...
On this other side here.
On this other side?
Yes. Then here. That. All them two. This is all the young birds here.
Ah, yes, this is this year's lot then. You have a few of them too, haven't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 16 there. They're nice looking birds. How do you think they'll fare this year?
Well, if it goes well as a week.
Well, listen, that first race of the year there, all the birds seemed to come back. Everybody got their birds back, which was a big boom, wasn't it?
It's a good start. No, it steadies them up a wee bit, you know, whenever it's not too hard.
It's taken some work there for you to build this up, hasn't it?
It hasn't half.
Well, listen, thanks very much for talking to us today, and wish you well in the other races.
Thank you.
See you.
Lift one out, just.
Hello, John. I'm here to have a look at your lofts this afternoon. What sort of pigeons do you race? What's the breed of them or the strain?
Well, there's John Sen and Fairman pigeons and Fawn Hay.
And you find they're good pigeons? You find they do well for you in the races?
Well, I purchased it a couple of years ago, and
where did your strain originate from?
mostly
Belgium pigeons.
Yeah, Belgium.
That's a nice looking pigeon you've got there.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Well, it's half Herman, and I called over another fella, and he just didn't tell me a breeding of it, you know.
And what age is that one?
Oh, it's about a little over 3 weeks old.
3 weeks? He's a brave size for 3 weeks.
Yes.
Will you be starting to put him out there in the young birds race this year?
Oh yes. That's the first round, you see.
That's the first round?
Yes.
Hope you do well with him.
Well, that's the first weight one I've ever had, like, it's no complete weight, yes.
Best of luck with him now for the young birds race.
Well,
we'll go and see
a better luck.
We've got that the big jump in shoes. They got him on video saying that there, John.
We'll go and see the rest of them.
Big shoe one.
What ones are you keeping these ones, John, here?
These are a couple of favourites, a couple of fallen 40 down. There are 2 young that fallen 40 down. That's the 2. John Sam van der Bush. A fella called Ford.
Have you raced these ones yet?
No, these are only young birds. There's some yearlings among them at the moment. But racing teams in the next section there, you know.
You didn't get them away anyway there with the first race of the season, John?
No, I've only had one training toss, and I didn't think with the weather being the way it was.
No, it was fair to say.
I like them train, give them a chance, you know.
You like the box purchase too then? You
yes.
A lot of
these done last year, these purchases.
A lot of the boys like the box purchase.
Well, this is a young bird, and then there's 25 purchases there, and about 18 here.
How many young birds have you?
Well, I have a few in the nest in the far section where all the stock birds are.
We'll look at that now.
Yeah, well, in the next section it would be a racing section. The hens are in their boxes. I'm only getting these cocks now, you see.
Right, yes.
And that's what I'm going to race them this year.
So these are the breeding cages here?
These are the nest boxes.
Is this your stock birds then?
No,
these are the
these are the racing team.
These are the racing team?
Yes.
And have you been doing well with these pigeons?
Well, there's a wee hen there. See one we killed there last year.
Well, that's very good, John. That's a brave flight, that one, isn't it?
Two East Belfast 2 birds.
Yes.
All pools declared to win. Every pigeon over £200 getting the prize money and all. So
very good. We'll go and look at
all these are all stock pigeons. John Sam, Crute, or Crofted people, some people call them. Founder S and Fawn Hay.
Yes.
That's mostly the breeding what's in here. And these are all young birds what you see in the nest.
Oh, yes.
They'll be ready to win about another week or so.
There will be a few pigeons in here. How many have you all together?
Well, there's as you see, there's 12 nest boxes. And there's 8 pair, like 16, which is not too bad, you know.
Well, I wish you well, John, this incoming season. Some will be looking at some of them flying out, so
need all the luck you can get this game.
Thanks, John.
All right.
Morning, Tommy. Where are you? We're here to sort of have a look at your loft this morning.
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Right, I'll just come on up now.
Right.
I see there, Tommy, you favour these box purchase too?
Oh, yeah, I keep the box purchase,
There's some of the fellas, they sort of use the other ones, you know, the
big,
the solid purchase.
The solid purchase. And I don't think a solid purchase these and a lot, you know, in the tails.
Does it?
These here, they'll drop in, as you see, I have sawn and sawdust below the purchase. So anything that drops down, it just drops down into that.
Oh, I see.
And then at the weekends, all you need to do is riddle it.
Right.
Put it in a bag and throw it out.
So, are these young birds?
No, these are all hens. All these birds are all separated for the winter.
Oh, right, so you've them segregated now. The cocks are in another part of your
That's
house.
another side of shade.
And what age would these ones be?
Well, you've pigeons are 6-year-old, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old.
All right.
And some yearlings there.
Have you had any winners with these ones?
This is a winner here. This one beside the pied one's a winner.
Yes. And what did you win with that?
Well, that won Kildare this year.
Did it win Kildare this year?
This won Kildare this year.
That's very good.
Another one, this blue hen here, she's been third. She was third girl this year.
Well, listen, tell me something, Tommy. What strain are your...
All my pigeons are mostly croft pigeons.
Croft pigeons?
And I introduced the John Scenes into them.
Aye, some of the other chaps have the John Scenes too.
These ladies here, that hen there, this hen down here, these are all the new type of slitty pigeons of the John Scenes strain. You get this, you throw these colours here, you know.
All right.
And you see some of the cocks is the same in there. This pied pigeon, this is one I brought in from Bobby Camp. Actually, Bobby Camp's pigeons are in my strain because Bobby got the old pigeons from Johnny Back.
Oh, I see.
Johnny Back was one of
the just bred on from that?
Yeah.
Well, go on and have a look at your cocks now.
Right. The other young birds are just away training.
Are these are your cock pigeons here?
Yeah, so they're all the cocks.
They're in good order. All the pigeons seem to be in good order this time of the year.
Yeah, they do. Well, they're beginning to molt now, as you see this pigeon here.
All right. So then they'll lose those feathers now, and
they drop.
When will they get the next?
Well, around about September and October, you'll see them coming back into form again.
That's sort of a winter coat then, or winter colours to get on.
Yeah. These are all pigeons. These are all croft pigeons, bar about 3 of them there.
Yes.
I just say there's a slitty again. The slitty pigeon here again. This is another slitty pigeon. Now, this is Bobby Camp's slitty of Bobby's.
Yes.
Brought in here, introduced into my John pigeons, you know.
Well, how many pigeons did you have altogether?
At the moment I have about maybe 50. 50
pigeons?
I never keep any more than that, you know.
That's a brave sheet of feet, so this isn't it?
No, it is. Oh, it's a brave sheet of feet.
And where's your young birds at the moment?
Young birds are away to Dundrum.
That's to get them. When did they go?
They went this morning.
So when would you be expecting them?
About 11 o'clock this morning.
Oh, very good.
My young birds train every morning.
Every morning?
And they don't fly out. My birds look outside the loft.
All right.
They just come back in the train to us. Or left.
Do you not even start them off? They're just letting them out for a wee run.
Oh well, you have to. They get them to learn to fly.
Find out where their loft is too.
But once they take the loft and do a bit of flying around, I don't let them out after. I only train them.
Right. We'll move on now, Tom.
Right.
This pigeon's sitting down here in the ground. Tommy, what's happened to him?
It got hit on coming from a training toss. Must have hit a wire or something on the wing.
It seems these wires are a problem. He must be a young bird then, is he?
He's only a young bird. He's a sheer over ring on him. He's been at races, you see. He's been racing this last few races.
It seems there that sort of this would be a slight problem with young birds. And,
you get an awful lot of young birds sliced up on the wires. You have TV wires now.
And of course they're flying so fast
and so low sometimes with the wind, you know.
Well, is the wing coming on now?
Wing's coming on, but I would think that that'd be stopped now for the year because you'd only be throwing it away when you put it back in there. So we'll just keep it for. It's out of a pigeon there that I had 6 seconds with, and first he had 6 seconds before he went at first.
Yes.
He actually won the young bird average. This is a pigeon that lost in Penzance. I lost it and I went over to Blackpool this year and I got it brought up from Wales.
He's a nice looking bird.
Yeah,
so is that him stopped flying now for this year?
That's him stopped flying.
You're not even put him out in training tosses again this year?
No, that's him
just sort of keep him there until you're sure the wing's really strong?
Just keep him for stock actually, but I don't think he'll ever...
Look, the wing seems to be coming on.
He stopped a wee bit, you know, but I let him out last night, so he was flying about there, so he's coming on.
That's good.
Well, actually, he'll be kept for stock because he's off the old cap in there. That's one of it.
Well, here, listen, Tommy, it was good seeing that pigeon there that had been injured. You know, a lot of the chaps in the club had been saying that wires were a big problem for them, you know, when they had the pigeons up, especially young birds, you know, and then them dropping back into the lofts. They were hitting telegraph wires and things like that, you know.
Well, you see, you listen to these old boys on the club at 70, over 70, and they tell you when they were racing there was no such a thing as aerials, television aerials, or electric and through this, so this was why we were losing so many birds and so many birds again. But you know.
Well, listen, those are some trophies you've got there.
Well, this one here is a young bird average in 87.
Yes.
In 88. And this one here is the combine. No, this one is the old combine average. Now, this is the one for when you race cross channel.
Yes.
I was on the same points as a fellow up the same road as me here, so the two of us split it.
Right.
So actually, he holds part of the trophy and I hold one.
All right.
But this is the young bird. This is the young bird average, and this is the old bird average.
So in actual fact, over the year then, 87, 88, you must have nearly cleaned up everything in the pigeon racing.
I won everything near in it, you know.
Here, what about that young fella? Are you going to start racing pigeons now that your granddad's got all these trophies? Are you? Have you got a pigeon at the moment?
No.
You haven't? Well, do you help your granddad clean out his pigeons and feed them and that?
Sometimes.
Only sometimes? Oh, here, listen, we gotta tell you, Tommy, you mustn't be paying well enough for this cleaning out.
Well, if you pay him a penny, he'll be up all right.
Oh, well, you have to give him something now. You'll have to buy a pigeon. You're not thinking of giving him one and starting him off?
The only thing about him, he got up into the shade one time and he was shifting the eggs from one nest to another. And when the young ones come out, I didn't know how. There was whites coming out of blues and reds coming out of checkers.
Well,
all the eggs.
Do we all have to start somewhere? Well, here, listen, Tommy, thanks very much for talking to us.
Oh, no.
Yes, yeah.
No worry. That's what it's all about, surely.
That's all.